Alright, let's do this. There's a interesting thing going around, and I caught myself doing it as well, and that's the only reason I'm going to talk about it. But I really don't care what others do. But when talking to people or giving advice or, you know, having a discussion, especially with a fairly mute audience, especially one that you can ignore because it's in text messages and this, and I'm talking about when you're streaming and you have chat. For me, it is I don't have a busy chat. I've never had a busy chat. I don't know what having people coming in and just really doing things, cracking jokes, having their own conversations. I've not even witnessed that at all. The most that I've ever had go on is I think 10 people talking, not all at once, but I'm barely even hitting thresholds. So me discussing this is just kind of like probably I don't have the authority to really like tell people how to run things, but I don't want to ever talk down to anybody in chat. I don't want to belittle or demean or make them feel less than, because I have had that happen in a few chats that I've been involved with, especially when there's a group, and that's the rub that happens, is that in a group setting, it's not the person that you're there to see and talk to, you know, the streamer, it's their stream. When there's multiple people talking and giving advice, other than just the streamer themselves, I don't know how to say I'm not here for you, I'm here for them. If that makes sense. And it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like to feel demeaned in any way, shape, or form. And like I said, when I have done many a collabs. Here I am saying I've done many collabs. I've done more than 20 collabs. So I mean, like, that kind of counts as many collabs. But I've done many, and I've never experienced that. Where either the streamer themselves or me as the guest, demeans the participants in the chat. I also treat everybody in chat as individuals as opposed to one entity. I know that I personally try to stand out in chat to where I'm I'm recognized as something more than just the body of chat. Basically the peanut gallery, saying things. So I like the fact that I'm acknowledged as me. But yeah, I'm also not young. I think that is probably the crux of, like, when somebody is thinking that they're giving me advice, like, you should try, and I'm like going, you know what, I'm not even there anymore. I've been there, done that. I've tried it all. I'm not even in your freaking sphere of learning and education, even though you think you're the expert in the field, because the only reason it seems like they're the expert in the field is because they're the one doling out the advice. And they're not doling out the advice as in, this is my experience, and this is what I've tried, and this is what's working for me. They're doling out the advice, and this is what you should be doing, this is what you should try, to get a better handle on it. And it sucks. I have to tell you, the feeling that I felt from it really, like, it sucked. Especially because they're nice people. And I'm not mutuals with any of them, so that doesn't matter. But especially because they're nice people, and I like them, and like them just fine. But just, like, as far as, like, why are you giving me advice? I'm just a person in the chat. I mean, like, here I am, like, telling you how I want to stand out in the peanut gallery, but I'm just a person in the chat. I'm just a voice in the chat, and I'm giving my experience and the things that I see, and I don't need advice because I'm no longer in those situations. No matter what it is, I'm not in that situation. I found my own groove, and my own groove is very private. I don't have labels. I personally have gone beyond having labels. I used to want labels all the time. I used to want to try to, because I thought that would help me understand where people are and why people do things, is to label them. Give them that label, give them that label, give them that label. And I was doing all of that, labeling everybody. And I found that the only purpose that labeling things serves is to show prejudice, separate, put in boxes. That's the only thing labels do. You're not labeling the person, you're labeling a box and putting them in the box. That's what it is. For me, that's what it is. When I label something, when I judge them by their skin color, their ethnicity, their heritage, their gender, their sexual orientation, when I judge them by those things, even if they call themselves out as that, and I use the label that they assign to me, as an assignment, I'm basically putting the label on a box and stuffing them in it. And I hate that. It might sound like that's what I'm about. I encourage people to explore who they are and how they function, especially because it's going to get them one step closer to their happiness. For me, I needed to do that, because if I didn't do that, the depression would have overcome me, and I would have basically killed myself. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Mine wasn't done out of a need or or an encouraging, so I don't even know how to encourage somebody to do it. Mine was done out of desperation. My finding out who I am and what makes me happy, what brings me joy, and what I can offer others. That came out of sheer desperation. I'm talking life or death. Because if you guys have heard, I'm telling you, if you watch the previous videos, you know that I can rant about anything. Well, just so you know, that ranting has consumed me. The only reason I feel I'm able to do that now, because I had to stop it. I had to not rant, not give my opinion about anything, because I knew that it would consume me. And the only reason that I'm able to rant nowadays is because I leave it. I leave it here. It's like I go to my job. I leave my job at my job. Even though you guys can see me rant about it before I go to my job, so you know that I will rant about it even after the job. But that is just blow off steam. But I used to not be able to just blow off steam. I used to basically, when I blew off steam, I just kept blowing. That sounds bad. Like I said, it consumed me. It would be the only thing. It wouldn't end with letting it out. And that's part of my personal that's how my depression kind of works. Or my understanding of my depression. And most people think that it goes away. I just live with it. Is really what it boils down to. I function. But when it consumes me, I no longer function. And then I can spiral. And I've only spiraled once, so I know that it can happen. And I still, to this day, don't know how I came out of the spiral. I can't give advice on it. I can't, help anybody with it. All I know is that I can't spiral like that, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover. And I don't want to try. Recovering freaking sucks. I mean, I had to go to freaking rehab. After rehab, I went to 5 years of college. I mean, I went from one institution to another institution to recover from that. And I swore when I quit high school, and after I quit high school, I swore I would never go to college. I swear I'd never go back to fucking school again. Because school offered me nothing. And to recover from my spiraling, because I spiraled pretty far, to recover from that, I had to go to, I went to college after rehab, because I knew that I would not be able to survive, because rehab didn't teach me fucking shit. Rehab just kept me alive. And I didn't do a 60-day rehab or anything like that. I did 18 months of rehab. And it did nothing but keep me alive. It didn't help me work through my issues. It didn't help me at any of that stuff. That's the reason why, like when I hear somebody tell me, like, oh, well, you know, you should be doing this. No, I shouldn't be doing that. And whatever it is, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's going to make my life so much better. I should definitely not be doing whatever you think I should be doing, because you have not told me how it works for you. You have not told me how you failed trying that. Because I'm going to fail trying it, and I'm going to be very upset with it, because you make it sound so fucking easy. For me, when dealing with another person, when another person's involved, that other person has their own hopes, their own dreams, everything like that. When I got married, they told us the two are now one, blah, blah, blah. They went through this whole bullshit. But you know what? That whole bullshit was back when women were basically property and becoming part of a man. It wasn't like, oh, the woman came into her own and had her own thing. And it wasn't like two men. Or what about two women? Two women, basically two pieces of property joining together in a union. How does that work? This is the reason why, like, the people who are traditionalists or whatever bullshit they are, this is what they're saying, why same-sex marriage won't work. Because two men can't become one, and two women can't become one either. Because they're not whole. They're just two pieces of property. Took a long way. I was going to just hang out, but I'm, it's just not worth it. I just might as well go to work. But yeah, they're basically just two pieces of property. And like, why can't we see them as people? Wholly onto their own. And once that happens, same-sex marriage means nothing. It should not even be a part of a debate. It should not even be considered. What two people that are not you are doing, get the fuck out of their business. What can I say? They're not me. It's not my... I have no freaking, problem. I encourage them to fall in love. Because that's them finding their happiness. I encourage it. And if you need multiple people, I encourage polyamory. I encourage it. I think it's wonderful. Do you have to be poly to be in a polyamorous relationship? Hell no. You don't have to be anything. Do you have to be gay to be in a homosexual relationship? No, you don't have to be gay. You don't have to have the label. I'm a man. I've had a boyfriend. Does that make me gay? Does it? I've had girlfriends. Does that make me straight? Does it make me bi? That's why labels suck. It doesn't make me anything. It makes me me. It's part of my lexicon. It's part of my history. It's an experience that I can use and, you know, move forward in my life. That's it. And saying this is what got me in trouble freaking on Twitch. Because I wouldn't label myself. This is why it was my fault that I was suspended for doing nothing wrong. My fault. I mean, this is it is hard to take sometimes. That's probably the best way to put it. It's hard to take. There is so much going on that I have to take what I can, but I have to tell you, like, it hurt to be dismissed like that. It hurt because in this person's chat, I have a rapport, and they've said nothing but kind and wonderful things about me, and we've had discussions before, and I've been in, you know, with multiple people before, and it's been a pleasure. But just so you know, nobody said anything wrong. Just how I felt. Yeah, they felt that they were there as the expert to dole out advice. And when people ask question, it wasn't a matter of answering the question. In my mind, I'm putting my thing. It wasn't a matter of answering the question, but it was a matter of giving advice, because the question was a problem that obviously the person asking it is going through. I mean, that's what happened. And I took it as a personal insult because I felt like my question wasn't answered. And I took it hard. Obviously, I spent 23 minutes talking about it, and I gotta go to work. On the other side, I just started fixing my merch page. I have I'm going to be revamping a lot, but I wanted to express that all the stuff that I've done so far can still be sold. And there's going to be a lot of changes. I gotta stream more. I know the studio. I haven't posted the update. I did take a picture of it, and by tonight it's probably going to be changed a bit more. But once the studio is set, set up. I might do it as as we're finishing it. Once I get all the furniture basically in place, in places that they need to be. But yeah, everything's taking a long time. And I know I got moved in a week, and I know that I'm still unpacking boxes from 5 years ago when I first moved in, and these things, moving them takes time. I'm completely changing 4 rooms in my house for this. 4 rooms in my house are now going to be 1 room, and each of the rooms are going to be pretty much brought back to what they were supposed to be in the first place. Spare bedrooms, guest rooms, and stuff like that that I had taken over. I'm going to have my studio, I'm going to have a library, and I'm going to have 2 guest rooms. So it's pretty cool when you think about it. For now, they're pretty much going to be storage rooms, but I got to go through all that stuff, and I don't know how much of that I'm going to go through before I get the studio finished. But some of it's going to get gone through because it has to get gone through. So that's how long it's going to take. I know that I got upset with somebody because I'm off to the side of the road. Why'd you pull up behind me? Alright, I think I should say go to work. And that's bizarre. Now they're following me. I'm here at work and somebody's following me. I might have to end this short. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I really do. I'm telling you, I hope it's better than what I'm doing right now. My worst day streaming is still better than my best day at work. So just keep that in mind. My worst night of sex is still better than my best day at work. And I've had some really bad nights. I've been stabbed and shot at. Still better than my best day at work. I'm here, and it is if you have watched this video all the way up to this point, you know that I'm now kind of like going, what the fuck's going on? But that's okay, because everything looks different. And figure it out. If you watched until this point, if you wrote cool beans in the comments below, that means you did, and I will love you forever for it. It would definitely mean the world to me if you did that. I am. You'll be the second person who's ever done it. And I have done this in over 200 videos, obviously. So, at least all of these, and I've put it in a few others, but all of these videos I've been putting it in. I don't think I've done it in all of them because I know that when I restarted back up, I forgot about it. So there's a few videos that say don't say put cool beans in the comments below, but most of my videos do. And like I said, I hope you're happy. I hope you're enjoying your time, and if you're like me and you're going to work, I hope it doesn't bring you down too much. I'm trying not to let this bring me down too much. All right. Have a fantastic day. All right. Bye.